उसको सेंड करो ये वाली फाइल। गुड मॉर्निंग प्रोफेसर सुधीर भदौरिया जी। गुड मॉर्निंग।
सुप्रभातम
या
अशोक
नमस्कार।
जी।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार।
नमस्कार भदौरिया साहब।
अशोक जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार।
आज गोपाल कृष्ण जी रहेंगे क्या अभी?
हाँ हाँ, बुलाए उनको, 10 बजे का टाइम है ना।
हाँ, अमोक जी पूछते थे कि इसका लिंक कौन सा भेज सकते हैं, कोई अमोक जी से पूछ रहा था
उनको भेज दिया
अभी
है।
के कार्यक्रम का।
भेज दिया है उनको।
ठीक।
Good morning, Professor Bhardoria Saab.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, our director is he's joining soon. There is some link problem, so he is trying to connect. Just to wait. We are waiting for him to connect. So,
सुधीर जी, अशोक कुमार जी ने ये पूरे कार्यक्रम का कोऑर्डिनेशन किया है CBRI में, और परसों तो 22 प्रेजेंटेशंस थे। कल कितने थे अशोक जी?
कल भी ज्यादा थे। कल तो 30 के करीब थे साहब।
अच्छा,
हाँ जी।
तो ऑलमोस्ट 52 प्रेजेंटेशंस इन 4 days।
या
बहुत ही एक्टिव था और पूरे स्पेक्ट्रम से आए। कल जयंत राव का भाषण था, बहुत ही अच्छी तरह।
टोटल 3 सेशन थे, टोटल 3 सेशंस ना?
नहीं,
नो।
अभी पहले दिन तो एक सेशन
मैं बताऊंगा सर। एक्चुअली अभी मैं सोच रहा था कि थोड़ी देर में बताता हूँ सारी डिटेल।
ठीक है, श्योर। ओके, दैट्स राइट। बिल्कुल सही।
वो ताकि सभी के लिए जानकारी बताना जरूरी है।
हाँ, बिल्कुल जरूर।
लेकिन इतनी एक बात जरूर कहना चाहूंगा कि जो सभी ने जो पार्टिसिपेट किया, बहुत अच्छा रिस्पांस रहा और सभी ने घर पहुंच के या अपने ऑफिस पहुंच के जो मैसेजेस दिए हैं वो काबिले तारीफ है। उन्होंने कहा कि ऐसा प्रोग्राम हमने अपनी लाइफ में नहीं देखा है, जितना हाईली टेक्निकल था और फेस्टिवल की तरह ये मनाया गया, और बिल्कुल भी कोई भी बाधा या कोई भी इसमें अड़चन नहीं रही।
That's right.
तो
हमारा जो ऑनलाइन जो प्रैक्टिसेस है उस पर कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत बढ़ गया है। दिस इज द बिगेस्ट एवर इवेंट प्रोबेबली ना?
Yes. So the credit goes to all team members who have contributed a lot day and night, and
obviously, and particularly to CSIR, no? That is obviously.
Namaskar, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of CBRI and my own personal behalf, I extend a hearty welcome to you all. Today we have with us in the morning our chief guest, Professor Sudhir Singh Bhadoria ji, who is the Secretary General Bijnana Bharti. So on behalf of CBRI, I extend a hearty welcome to you, sir. I also welcome our director, Dr. N. Gopala Krishna, who is the guest of honor for today's function. Let us welcome both Professor S. S. Bhadoria and Dr. N. Gopala Krishnan for being gracing this occasion this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a wonderful event and let me share with you the progress that we could make during these 3 days function. And we started with a curtain raiser function on December 2nd, where the chief guest was Professor Ajit Kumar Chaturvedi ji, Director IIT Roorkee, and the guest of honor was Dr. Shekhar C. Mande Sahab, Director General CSIR and Secretary DSIR. And we have discussions that what should be discussed during the this entire festival, particularly the habitat theme, and some points were also raised by Dr. Chaturvedi that we should also look into. So although we had already taken those points in our brochure, but that was very, very important point that you should invite people from different walks of life, including sciences, social sciences, those who work in the area of traditional knowledge. So we had invited all those speakers and experts. And in the inaugural function that we had on 22nd, the chief guest was Honorable Shri Hardeep Singh Puri ji, although he could not join due to some important meetings that he was engaged during that particular time. And then the guest of honor was Dr. M. Rajivan, Secretary, Ministry of Earth Sciences, and also Dr. P.S.N. Rao, Director, SPA, New Delhi. Then, ladies and gentlemen, if you see the 9 verticals that we had organized in the entire IASF 2020. So under sustainable development, this Habitat Urban and Rural was organized by CSIR, CBRI, and Vijnana Bharati. And as you are asking, sir, that we had 3 scientific discussions, 2 plenary sessions, and 2 panel discussions, 2 webinar sessions, and 4 interactive meets. And apart from this, we also had student competitions for the poster as well as Habitat Decathlon India. So we see the overall performance. I think the response that I could get from various speakers, the feedback, particularly the feedback from Dr. Anil Kokotkar, the feedback from Shri V. Sureshji, Dr. Mahesh Tandon, Dr. P.K. Das, and the other dignitaries who are known in their field, particularly Dr. Satish Kumar, Professor Rajan Rawal, Manoj Prida, and many others who participated in this program. They have share their feedback that it was one of the best science festival that we have had in the recent times, and we could enjoy the deliberations, and these deliberations were very valuable, and they have added new dimensions and insights to the habitat theme. So if you see the first day program, where we started in the afternoon, where we had, as I mentioned, Dr. M. Rajivan, Secretary, Ministry of Earth Sciences, as guest of honor, and also Dr. P.S.N. Rao as Director, SPA, New Delhi, both guest of honors. And there was a scientific discussion on sustainable urban habitat of the future and citizen-centric governance. There were 16 questions and answers session, and all experts they responded to the questions in a very professional manner. And I'll give you some inferences from each session, or even a collective manner, at the end of my presentation. So these were the various speakers for 23rd December, and the likes of Dr. Anil Kapotkar, Dr. Mahesh Tandon, Dr. N. Gopalakrishnan, Dr. P.K. Das, then Geeta Gopalakrishnan, Montomani, and Yogesh Garg, S.K. Negi, Dr. S.R. Karade, Dr. Lakhani. Then in the scientific discussions, we had Shri V. Suresh, and then Chitra Jain, again Dr. N. Gopalakrishnan, and Kuldeep Singh, Professor Chetan Vaidya, Dr. M. Deva Sahayam, and then Professor Kapse, Architect Tanmay Tathagat, Tulsi Tabari, S.K. Singh, and Ashokan Papu. This was on 23rd of December. Similarly, if you see on our right side, on 24th, we had a plenary session where Shri Jainji gave a Patrick Geddes Memorial Lecture, and this was followed by expert talks by Professor Vasant Shiner, Dr. Rajiv Nigam, and Professor Rana P.V. Singh. Similarly, we had panel discussions where the experts, they are known in the field, who's who, you can call them Professor Rajan Rawal, Dr. S.K. Agarwal, Shri Arijit Ghosh, Dr. Alpa Seth, Dr. Srinivasan Durai, Dr. Shri Prabodh Lakha Sahab. Then again, in the panelist in the rural area or sustainability and rural development, where Architect Rajiv Verma, Dr. N. Gopalakrishnan, Dr. Prabhajot Kaur, Dr. V. Ramachandra, Gaurav Shore, Dr. C.S. Gokhale, were joined, and apart from that, Dr. Meenakshi Jain, Anurag Vajpayee, and Dr. Vishwajit Banerjee from Ministry of Rural Development. So if you see the overall program, it went on well, and I can say with pride that we have had wonderful sessions during these 3 days, and the response was wonderful. And apart from this, we also had organized competitions for the students. Poster competition was basically for 9th, 10th, and 12th standard students and undergraduate students, where the theme was My City, My Brain, or My Village, My Dream. And this was one. And the second one was Habitat Decathlon India competition, My City, My Brain, My Village, My Dream, where in the poster we had overwhelming response, and we got around 37 entries, and some entries were received late, and jury did not evaluate that. But in the poster, yes, there was very good competition, and there was one entry from Hong Kong. That is the one of the highlight, that one entry from Hong Kong was there, and that entry also got first prize. So congratulations to all those winners. Similarly, the Habitat Decathlon, there was not much competition, although we had sent invitation to almost 100 colleges of architecture as well as engineering colleges, but the response was not so good, and there was only one consolation prize which the jury gave. And this was the theme for poster, this Habitat Decathlon. And if you see on the right side, the Swami Vivekananda, arise, awake, and do not stop until we have achieved the goal. So that's very, very essential. And similarly, the poster competition, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam lines, they are very famous. Unless India stands up to the world, in this world we have to work on our strength and respect our strengths. So these are the winners of these poster competitions. And the Habitat poster competition winner, this entry was from Hong Kong. We do not know the name, but these were submitted like this: the ID number 3271, and Vijay Gautam, the email, and to ID number 2896, Rashmi RS at 5234. And similarly, in the rural area, we had first, second, third, Sunandani, Panita, Sunal Kumari, and Ishwar Kumar. And yesterday we had invited them to present their poster competitions. Only Rashmi had participated, and she presented the poster. Similarly, in the Habitat Decathlon India competition, there was only one entry which was selected as consolation prize. The names are Nikhil Dubal, Kshitiz Kakar, Dhruv Kapadia, Varun Shivale, Noor Nisha, Aditi Garg, Kimaya S. Patil, Manas Avishande. The IDs are on the right side. So the jury has declared consolation prize to the team, and the response was really the concept they have shown is worth appreciating. So congratulations to all the winners. Based on the feedback and based on the discussions, the experts who have shared their experiences and the knowledge based on around 70 questions in all these sessions. So these are the few takeaways from the discussions. The major takeaway for the rural is that the rural mission may further be strengthened by the concepts of Pura, where the physical connectivity, the electronic connectivity, and the knowledge connectivity can lead to economic connectivity, and a silage or silage like concept where city villages for a new paradigm and habitat can be developed, and this requires the development of around 5,000 villages in the country, having 6,550,000 villages around the country. With these villages can be commuted with the eco-friendly transport systems with a distance of around 10 to 15 kilometers, or not more than 25 kilometers, and 10 to 30 minutes, where we can have rural to urban and urban to rural connectivity, and that can minimize migration from rural to urban areas. So that can lead to, again, this will happen if we have physical connectivity, electronic connectivity, and knowledge connectivity, and this will lead to the overall economic development of the country, right? And the education system must be reoriented towards livelihood generation activities, where again knowledge connectivity and economic connectivity or electronic connectivity can be integrated. And the ITIs and diploma colleges must be strengthened. Earlier it used to be, these colleges, these ITIs were used to be one of the very, very important core disciplines, where they used to provide skill sets to different industry requirements. So it was highlighted that these must be strengthened again. Similarly, for a silage, as I was talking to you, it was told that in silages we should not have high density, high rise, high density. It must have low rise, high density development. These, the smaller towns, and research on traditional planning systems and craftsmanship should further be required to improvise on the traditional wisdom that we have. So knowledge connectivity is very, very essential. Smart villages was talked about, and said that in every block we should have these smart villages. Smart villages mean looking into the sustainability of those villages. So with a basket of technological solutions that can take a route, and the rural youth can take part in that villages, and they can improvise on these skill sets. So if you see the knowledge connectivity and economic connectivity and this electronic connectivity can play a major role in this. Similarly, in the area of rural housing and community development, where we are talking about providing urban amenities in rural areas, so the beneficiary participation is must. Where although there was a discussion, there was a presentation given by Dr. P.K. Das, where he said that while finalizing the plans, the beneficiaries were involved in marking these plans on the ground, by putting these lime, with lime, these lines. So similar efforts are required in the whole country. And as far as the key takeaways for the urban are concerned, there was a huge discussion on several aspects. One of the aspects which was talked about was the energy efficient buildings with a mandatory compliance of codes. What is happening is that, although the codes are there, but they are not mandatory and they are not quantifiable. So the codes must lead to some quantifiable benefits, and science must be a prerequisite in such rating systems and the codes. New codes are to be developed for net zero energy and zero carbon buildings, and performance-based codes also are required to be developed, where not only the functional performance, but also the structural performance, and looking into the future 2035, where we are talking about in the metros 20-story plus, where the functional performance is very, very essential of these tall buildings. In the metros, although there was a discussion that a survey has been carried out in the country, where the majority of the 85% of the users are saying that we should not have development which is more than 25-30 story. So that means even if we are talking about metropolitan cities, the maximum height of structure should not exceed 30 stories. That means not more than 100 meters. So that was again highlighted. And the new technologies which are being promoted or being talked about must be evaluated from the functional performance apart from the structural performance. Similarly, there needs to be an integrated approach for TOD and connecting the urban form, density, and the energy use at the city level, and outdoor thermal comfort. This is very, very essential. Outdoor thermal comfort and cooling load for the urban areas are required to be thought about, where materials and the design and planning has to take a lead role in defining the outdoor thermal comfort and cooling loads, and developing the strategies for reducing the cooling load at the city level. Similarly, sustainability must be made mandatory part of every planning process, and that will lead to meet the objectives of sustainable development goals. Similarly, there is a need to develop or create different working groups consisting of subject area experts, like we have created here in Nine Thieves. I was talking to you to further research on futuristic planning, design, and development with the specific timelines. And like the institutions like CBRI must strengthen the architecture, planning, and building science capacities, being the only institute in the country. So based on that, the roadmap, which we thought that, based on the recommendations, based on the observations that various experts have given, we need to prepare a document on question and answers of all the sessions, and send it to government, number one. And number two, to prepare a research document that what needs to be done in next 5 to 10 years, so that whatever we have discussed, at least in the coming years, the younger generation can work on those areas, and it will be beneficial to not only the benefit, the grassroots level people, or the society, which is very, very likely to be affected. So they need real-time solutions and local solutions. So on one side, and high-tech solution on people, for the people, those who live in the urban areas, metros. For them, high-tech solutions are to be developed. So this was the team from Habitat, principal coordinator, and the coordinators are Dr. Amol Gupta, Vivekanand Pai, and Manoj Kumar, and I thank you very much, for being the part of this remarkable 4 days journey of this IASF 2.0. Thanks to Almighty for keeping us safe and healthy. Elders and well wishers for their good wishes and greetings. I'm thankful to Dr. N. Gopalakrishnan, Director CBRI, and the staff of CBRI, and Amol Gupta ji, Vivekanand Pai ji, Manoj Kumar, and Mukesh Kumar for their support, kind support. Special thanks to Garima, Simran, Nishant, Vivek, Ashish, and other staff of ARNP and Building Energy Efficiency. Ms. Chetna from virtual team, and Ms. Sweta from virtual tech team. They're all, kudos to all these people, those who have worked day and night to make this event a great success. Thank you very much. Now I would request our director to give his talk, please. I'll stop sharing here because yes.
Am I audible to you, Ashok? And
yeah.
Thank you very much. This has been a very nice journey. Personally, for me, a learning experience for me, and I would be failing in my duty if I am not expressing my sincere thanks. Before I express anything else, I would express my very deep gratitude and sincere thanks to the team that has worked here, including all of you from VIBA. Vivek has been through the thick and thin. Amog was actually almost like in all the sessions he had been there. In fact, I missed. And Bhadoria Sahab, you have come as a valedictory chairman for us. We are extremely thankful to you. Not last but not the least, Dr. Ashok Kumar. The vibrancy that he has brought here, his team, very, very young team, which is actually, I think they should show their face behind me if they can come here. Garima is here, Simran is there. So many of them. They've done a wonderful work. Because to come out of the last minute hitch and then technical glitches that obviously come in the way, to come over that, and then I have Simran also moving here. A couple of others, like one more Vivek is also there, and we have this guy. I don't know, many of them are here. Then Raj Kapoor is there. So many of them. So I cannot but list, but they have burned the midnight oil such that this could be extremely successful, Bhadoria Sahab, such that it could be. I see a vibrancy. For me, I am a little selfish. I see that always what this institute gets to gain by any of the event that is happening. I'm not concerned about anything, but what the institute has gained is extremely a high phenomenon called synergy has happened. 1 + 1 in India is actually less than 0.5, I'll put it that way. And 1 + 1 has become 11 here. 1 + 1 + 1 and so on has become much more than the arithmetic sum of them. So that is what has happened here. And I'm extremely thankful. I do not know. I had to thank the team of Ashok and all others. Now, coming to my own thing, I will not take too much of time. I would let the valedictory chairman to give his views on that. The planning is totally a different game because we always fail in our futuristic projections. We always fail. Like when you take the scientific statements of many of the rich, great scientists who have predicted like only horse carriages will be the order of the day when an IC engine was coming into the line, and so on and so forth, and lithium-ion battery, and then the EV cars, and those predictions have always invariably come zero. So we have not predicted the future properly, and the planning is all about futuristic projection, futuristic prediction, and that means like whether it is Lutyens Delhi or whether it is Patrick Geddes, on whom there is a fantastic coverage yesterday by Jayant Sahasrabudhe Saab. What a great visionary they are. So this is what it requires a biologist to totally transfer himself and to think from the shoes of an architect is something phenomenal. So I can't even express this thing, and there are scientists all around. And the concept of city plus village, coined by our great Kakotkar, on which a lot of discussions went on, I think that will be the drive force. At least that projection we can make, because we have seen very ugly scenes coming here for this migration happening and the reverse migration. And that day also I was trying to give some instances of when you list out all those top entrants to IITs, leaving Kota and Hyderabad are producing this JEE cracking machines, leaving them apart. You see the second tier cities are actually giving a lot of entries to our premier research institutes. And so is a case of when you take all India ranks in all those higher secondary exams and state exams and all those things. Bhilai, Neyveli, so many other things, like they have been the living exam. So it is going to be the tier 2 cities where you provide all the amenities, PURA. I was actually testimony to Professor Indresan's attempt. I do not know how many of you will remember him. Professor P.V. Indresan, who moved on from IIT Delhi to IIT Madras when he was the director of that institute, along with Abdul Kalam, when he created this providing urban amenities in the rural area. And then the Shyama Prasad Mukherjee's Rurban took a very, very great role. So that will be the driver. I'm very, very sure that will be the driver, provided employment is taken care of. Employment is a key issue. We need to take care of that. So these are all the concepts that I have learned. I will not stretch too far and wide on this. I had missed many of those, even though Ashok was very accommodative that he could go ahead. Even myself could not participate in many of the very, very important themes. I'm very, very thankful to him. I'm very thankful to each one of you. Vivek is there, and then Amogji is there, and Bhadoria Sab is there. Everyone is there, including Ashok. This is my journey that wherein all the 3 or 4 days have been extremely vibrant. I'm very, very thankful to you. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and the words of wisdom. You have always been the pillar of post, the guiding force behind all of us, because, giving liberty to work independently is always beneficial, but the guidance, the support, the greetings, the well wishes, all these, they are all essential part of anything. And you have always been, in the positive, I can say, spirit all the time. And I am thankful to you for your the guidance, for your support that you have given to all of us. And now I would hand over to Vivekanand Pai to please welcome Professor S.S. Bhadoria Saab. Vivekanand ji. आप म्यूट हैं.
I think this says welcome is not needed. Vivek ji, it appears welcome is not needed. Huh? Yeah, please.
हाँ हाँ सुधीर जी, हाँ आप तो हमारे परिवार के ही हैं, तो इसलिए जैसे आपने कहा फिर भी जो औपचारिकता की तरफ से मैं जरा आपको एक ऑफिशियल वेलकम ऐसा देना चाहता हूँ, जैसे अशोक कुमार जी ने कहा। और मुझे लगता है कि सुधीर भदौरिया जी हमारे इस कार्यक्रम के लिए सबसे अनियोज्य एक ये वैलेडिक्टरी एड्रेस के लिए पहुंच गए हैं। ये हमारा सौभाग्य है। वो अभी अपने राजीव गांधी प्रौद्योगिकी विश्वविद्यालय के निदेशक भी हैं, और उसके पहले सिविल इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट के डीन भी थे। और इसके लिए इस कारण से ये जो शहरीकरण और सिविल इंजीनियरिंग और आर्किटेक्चर के ऊपर आज ये 4 दिन की जो चर्चाएं हुई, इसके समापन में बोलने के लिए हमारे साथ वैलिडिटी एड्रेस के लिए प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर सुधीर सिंह भदौरिया जी ही मिले। ये हमारा सौभाग्य है। और उसी के साथ साथ उनका सोशल वर्क में भी एक बहुत ही लंबा अनुभव रहा है। अपने फैकल्टी लाइफ शुरुआत के साथ साथ उन्होंने अपने सोशल लाइफ का भी शुरुआत सोशल एक्टिविटीज में वो बहुत ही अच्छे ढंग से वो भाग लेते थे। और पिछले 3 सालों से विज्ञान भारती के राष्ट्रीय महासचिव इस ऐसे भी वो कार्यरत हैं। और इस दौरान उन्होंने पूरे भारत में बहुत यात्राएं भी की है। विज्ञान भारती के अभी कुछ ही सालों में इतना प्रसार हुआ, इसमें सुधीर भदौरिया जी का भी एक महत्वपूर्ण योगदान रहा है। और इस प्रकार से जो हमारी चर्चाएं थी, जिसमें अर्बनाइजेशन और अर्बन और विलेज, इसके ऊपर जब हम चर्चा कर रहे थे तो तकनीकी स्तर पर भी और इसके सोशियोलॉजिकल स्तर पर भी हम चर्चा करते थे। और इस दोनों पहलुओं में सुधीर भदौरिया जी he is the most appropriate speaker in a way because of his social experience as well as his technological background. And may I welcome, with the permission of all, Director Dr. Gopalakrishnan, Ashok Kumar ji, Amog ji, and all, Sudhir Bhadoria ji to deliver his valedictory address. Sudhir Bhadoria.
आज के इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित, I hope you can hear me, no? माननीय गोपाल कृष्णन जी एंड अशोक कुमार जी, और हमारे ज्ञान भारती के मेरे स्वयं के अमोघ जी और विवेक जी, बाकी यहाँ पर उपस्थित सभी the people, I should say the galaxy of habitat practitioners, I should say. Anybody who is here obviously is interested in habitat. And in fact हम लोग जानते हैं कि अब सबको पता है कि ISF का जो मूल थीम है आत्मनिर्भर भारत और विश्व कल्याण, हम लोग जानते हैं कि हैबिटेट की थीम निश्चित तौर पर आत्मनिर्भरता और विश्व कल्याण से सीधे तौर पर जुड़ी हुई है। हम लोग यह भी जानते हैं कि भारत का अंतरराष्ट्रीय स्तर पर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स या हैबिटेट के जितने भी इशू हैं, उसमें भारत इंडिया इज ए वेरी सीरियस एंड वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टेक होल्डर. So, in all these respects, we can say that habitat, whether it is urban or it is rural, or they are one into another, is the most important habitat जिसको मैं कहूँ कि which needs to be discussed, and it is particularly so in such kind of what we can say scientific festivals like ISF 2020, because this is a issue of specialized nature as well as of generalized nature. Because if you see about this habitat, it's very difficult where from to start and where from to end. Because we know that the habitat is an issue. In any case, it cannot maybe specialize in certain aspects, but by and large, broadly, it is generalized issue. Whether it is planning, whether it is building, whether it is designing, whether it is environment, whether it is conservation, or whether it is resource management, or whether it is social lifestyle or habits. So it combines everything, and everything has got effect on what we call it as social, the habitat part of us. But there are many issues, as we have been saying. We have been working a lot on habitat, but still we all know that despite all our achievements, so scientific achievements in, I should say, our ancient scientific traditions, as well as the modern scientific achievements, we always claim and feel proud of that our launch vehicle, launches 100 plus satellites together, and we have been able to, I should say that successfully reach to the Mars in the first attempt, which no other country has been able to do it. Despite such scientific achievements, we all know that we are the country, we are still facing the problem of, I should say, potable water, the problem of energy, the problem of, we can say, clean air, and to the extent the problem of what we can say, solid waste management. Most of the time I have heard that it is very common news in the city like Delhi, some what we call it as a big, एक कचरे का बहुत बड़ा पहाड़ गिर गया, उसके नीचे 2 लोग मर के गिर गए. कहने का मतलब है कि we are not able to manage even our basic, what we can say, the solid waste management, we are not able to do. So these are the two, what we can say, the contradictions. The contradictions in for our country, maybe because of, I don't know, I'm not sure whether it is maybe because of the technologies whether we are having or not, but I'm sure it may be the issue of technology to a certain extent, but by and large I understand it is not the issue of technology, it is broadly an issue of scientific or environmental awareness. So therefore, we should say that this habitat, I should say the habitat theme becomes further more important, particularly in the functions, in the what we call it as ISF, functions like ISF. So now this is the actually real concern that we are, despite, we are not able to, despite so much of achievement, we are not able to achieve what we call it good air, good water. For our what we call it 30-35, 135 करोड़ लोगों के लिए जिसको कहते हैं, हम अभी तक नहीं उपलब्ध करा पा रहे हैं. जहाँ तक गवर्नमेंट का सवाल है, गवर्नमेंट, the government is trying to provide us many kind of, I should say, schemes. Recently, we know Housing for All is there. The point, and the scheme which we are trying to say is that is smart city is there. Similarly, many other schemes are there. But now, as I told you, it is not a question of only some certain kind of schemes that supporting government is going to provide. It is a question of social and scientific awareness. It is a question of public participation. It is a question of we can say it is a question of I should say good governance, or it is a question of application of sciences for the well-being of the society. We just come across, I have seen many things. The only quality which I have got here to be here as a guest or whatever capacity is that I have been in touch with, I am a civil engineering professional, and I have been working with the, what we can call it that closely with the, I should say, architect fraternity. Now, I will like to provide the real issues in the, with certain examples. Now, if you see the question of technology, which we are mainly concerned over here, as far as ISF is concerned, as a country, now I will give you certain, I should say, because certain examples which itself clarify, tells us that how our habitat is badly affected because of our, I should use the word, not able to have sustainable technology, not even caring about sustainability. For example, we all know that, and that let us take the water purification. Now, we all know that even all our, I should say, the CSI laboratory, many of the laboratories are able to provide the solution for water purification. But we know there's not a water technology, water purification technology, which we are able to certify or classify to be the most sustainable and which can be universally utilized with what we call it as full sustainability. The most popular presently sustainable technology is that is RO water, in which we know almost 1/3, almost 40% of the water is wasted, despite water being such a serious concern for all of us. And the very good example which I give across is that, and that is our air conditioning effect. It is a kind of technology which we can say it makes cool environment inside the room, but it makes us hot outside the room. So whether we need to think whether it is a real technology, what we can call it is to be sustainable, or what we can call it is to be even worth using. So these are the certain kind of issues which we need to think about, that whatever technology which is going to affect our habitat, naturally we should have the kind of standards which we should, and I'm definitely sure that if we are I should say sensitive enough, we as a country or as a scientific fraternity shall be able to certainly find out certain issues. I will give you another example which my friend Amok ji shall be able to appreciate it. We have got a very big, I'm trying to tell you the social awareness or aspect of this habitat. We have got a very, Bhopal, you all know that it is known as the city of lakes. Now here we have got a very big tal, we call it as Bhopal Tal. It is a very good lake, natural lake, and naturally, it is the city is known for that. It is beautiful because of that city only. There was a provision recently, a few years back, inside this, I should say, inside this, the boundary of, I should say, bank of this Bhopal Tal. The municipal corporation has made another boundary wall inside this, say 15-20 meters, what we can say, जिसमें filling कर दी उन्होंने. They made a kind of filling based on certain kind of logics. We don't know, only known to God, and this was done by the engineering professional of the municipal corporation. Suddenly, and none of us, what we can call it the engineering fraternity, habitat fraternity, civil engineers or architects were concerned about that. Only one of the, I should use the word that जो colony का जो societies रहता है, what we call them as a housing society stakeholders. One of the, a general person pointed it out, and they raised the issue, and finally the issue was raised to the extent that project has to be stopped, and we came to know that around say few of crores, 5 to 10 crores rupees has already been spent on an issue. Then and what kind of justification it can be given, and making another, I should say, boundary wall of some kind, making some kind of filling in an already existing, I should say, existing talab or existing kind of thing. So I'm just trying to say, highlight here the social awareness component of what we call it as habitat. As a civil engineer, I have been observing very frequently, and you all know that the RCC is the most, I should use the word, most, I think, undurable kind of, material in present form, and it is making one of the greatest havocs as far as, the building material waste is concerned. Obviously, we need to find an alternative solution. Of course, many solutions are emerging, but then we have to come out to kind of solution where we shall be able to provide this kind of construction, whether it is with respect to, corrosion aspect, that is the durability aspect, or even overall life cycle cost aspect. So now we need to find a solution for such kind of problems. And the kind of problem which I have observed that comes to the, public administration component, or we can say the kind of thing, I should say, professional I should say professional, morality or professional competence, I find that few years back, I used to say the road used to be constructed after few years. Now, most of the roads I find every alternate, every third year it being reconstructed. And the whole of the waste is going to, and we all know, constructing a road, after dismantling a road and constructing a road, I don't know, only God knows. I have always been surprised that who is going to sanction such kind of roads and who is going, why it is being necessary of making a road every second or third year. These are the kind of things which we have been, observing quite frequently. So naturally, all these are things related to the habitat. And the thing we all know that related to what we call is that the social awareness. हम जिसको कहते हैं कश्मीर का सेव हम ये तमिलनाडु में खाएंगे तो निश्चित तौर पर एक जिसको कहते हैं ना एक ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट होता है या बहुत सारे ऐसे एनर्जी इश्यूज रहते हैं जिसको हम जिसको कहेंगे मोस्ट ऑफ कॉमन थिंग व्हिच वी हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड in the cities we are not able to conserve our water sources which we were able to do in the past as far as our traditional scientific knowledge is concerned. And in most of the cities are fed with kind of water which is coming across 100-150 kilometers across. So can the project, water supply project for any city, can it be viable from the habitat point of view? Which we are, transporting it from say 100-150 kilometers. So these are the kind of issues, which we need to, take care of as a professional, as a social scientist, or I should say, as a scientific fraternity. So, and then another issue is that there are many, what we call it, that scientific, traditional scientific knowledge versus, the modern scientific practices which we are having. We have got many examples of Bowlies, of local water harvesting, which we are nowadays making it certainly on papers. As far as municipal corporations are concerned, in every of the, because it is issue of implementation as well. In every of the drawing, every of the sanctions which as an architect, we are going to municipal corporation officer, we are going to provide one water harvesting plan is there. But whenever you go on the site, you hardly ever find any such kind of implementation. So now these are the issues, whether it is professional or whether it is social, or which we need to take care about. So these are the, this is an area, because I think no time for discussing such a vast issue. Any time or any discussion is, cannot be concluding. So I would just like to conclude that this has been such a very good, theme of for all of us, and particularly to Vigyan Bharati, and particularly to the, I should say, the kind of festivals, that is scientific festivals we are going to organize. And so we have always been, and of course the issue which has to be, have to be kept on the top as far as the public awareness is concerned. Because all these things which I am telling cannot be done by any, of course, scientific fraternity can lead all this campaign. But finally, it is the customer, the user, the practitioner, and say in all the domains areas, not only of technology people like us, that has to be, that has to take, and everybody has to take care of it. Then only what we can say, we can have a clean and I should say most sustainable environment or habitat. So issues are many, of course, in this regard, but I'm sure that I have to conclude here in point of view the time constraint. But I'm sure that the kind of deliberation which you have told, and the kind of people, the names which you have named out here, I'm definitely very good conclusions we are able to draw, and then obviously all those shall be very much useful for future, I should say, policy formulation, and of course the implementation of the issues, what I should say, related to habitat, whether it is rural or urban. I should again thank you all, and particularly the CBRI people who have been, instrumental, we can say, apart from, of course, our team, that is Vivekji and Amokji, for, taking up this most important, the most relevant theme for either for the present day or for, we can say, the ISF 2020 particularly, who has taken care of this particular theme. We look forward, the CVRI to be our, partner for all future endeavors, of the Vigyan Bharati. Thank you very much for calling me and being able to interact with you people. Thank you very much.
नमस्कार भदौरिया साहब, धन्यवाद आपका। आपने बहुत अच्छे शब्दों में अपने विचार रखे और आपने अंत में ये जरूर कहा कि भाई CBRI के साथ हम आगे का जो कार्यक्रम है उसको जरूर ध्यान में रखेंगे। तो yes, we definitely would like to work with society, and our research has always been both for rural as well as for urbanites, and we have been working and connecting with society the way, right from the early times, and I have spent almost 31 years in the CBRI, and I can say with pride that most of the work that we have carried out have reached to the lowest segment of the society. So thank you for your kind words and your lecture and address, and you have highlighted few points which are essential to be considered by each and every individual, be it at the peri-urban area or be it in the rural area or block level or district level or at smaller town or bigger town or metropolitan cities. Thank you very much for joining, sir. Namaskar. Now, I would request Shri Vivekanand Pai Sahab to deliver a vote of thanks. This is the final, because we started our journey, and now you should thank each one of the participants as well as speakers, the dignitaries, the force behind, and so that they get a positive note from this, that how these events should be organized and a grand success, So Vivekanand Pai Sahab.
धन्यवाद अशोक कुमार जी, आदरणीय निदेशक CBRI डॉक्टर N गोपालकृष्णन, आज के हमारे मुख्य वक्ता सुधीर भदौरिया जी, अशोक कुमार जी, और बहुत सारे आज अटेंडीज भी हैं, और जितने भी पैनलिस्ट हमारे इस 4 दिन की संगोष्ठी में भाग लिया, मैं आप सब लोगों का आभारी हूँ। ये 4 दिन तो बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण एक विषय पर एक आभासीय तरीके से हम इतना महत्वपूर्ण चर्चाएं कर सके, यही एक बहुत ही अच्छा एक उदाहरण है कि आने वाले दिनों में जो शहरीकरण ऐसे मुद्दों पर हम आगे जा सकते हैं, इसका एक महत्वपूर्ण उत्तर भी जिस तरीके से ये कार्यक्रम संपन्न हुआ, ये दर्शाता है। इस 4 दिन की संगोष्ठी में एक तो सबसे मूल बिंदु ये उभर कर आई थी कि जो शहरीकरण की प्रक्रिया आज चल रही है वो इरिवर्सिबल है, ऐसा अनिल काकोदकर जी से लेकर बाकी सभी लोगों ने कहा कि ये ऐसा चल रहा है, और राजीवन जी से लेकर लोगों ने ये भी कहा था कि 2% जगह पर जैसे 60 से 70% तक लोग आबादी बस रही है, ये भी एक मुद्दा है। और इसी के साथ साथ अनिल काकोदकर जी ने ये भी कहा था कि जब तक हमारी आय में ये एक इम्बैलेंस रहेगा कि शहर के लोगों को दुगना आय मिल रहा है, गांवों से लोग शहर की ओर चलने की ये प्रक्रिया जारी ही रहेगी। तो मूलभूत प्रश्न ये होता है कि गांवों में आय कैसे बढ़ाया जा सकता है और इसमें एक बैलेंस कैसे लाया जा सकता है, इस और हमारी चर्चा अभी चलनी चाहिए। अगर हम इस मुद्दे का समाधान निकाल पाएंगे तभी ये शहरीकरण की ये प्रक्रिया, शहरीकरण एक अच्छा कार्य नहीं है ऐसा नहीं है, पर हमारा जो सुस्थिर विकास की और हमारा जो मुद्दा चल रहा है आज के दिन, इस सुस्थिर विकास के लिए जाना है तो इससे हमें थोड़ा वापस जाना ही पड़ेगा, और अगर जाना है तो गांवों में और आय बढ़ाने का काम करना पड़ेगा। ये सबसे महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दा है। ऐसा निकल आया है। और इस संगोष्ठी में तकनीकी तरीके से क्या-क्या हो रहा है, ये भी मुझे बहुत आनंद का विषय था कि सेंट्रल बिल्डिंग रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट में भी इतना सारा शोध कार्य चल रहा है, इतने बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स और टेक्नोलॉजीज वहाँ विकसित हो रहे हैं और इन सबको समूह तक पहुँचाने का काम भी चल रहा है। ये बहुत ही एक प्रभावी जानकारी हम सब लोगों को इस दिन मिली। उसी प्रकार जैसे एम्प्री में अशोक एन पप्पू जी से और ऐसे बहुत सारे लोगों ने जितना अपने तकनीकी तरह से कितनी आगे बढ़ रही है हम, इसके ऊपर बहुत ही अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन किया था। उसी के साथ-साथ जैसे अशोक कुमार जी ने कहा, गोपाल कृष्णन जी ने कहा कि भारत की जो परंपरा थी शहरीकरण की उसके ऊपर बहुत ही अच्छा भाषण जयंत सहस्त्रबुद्धे जी ने, राणा पीबी सिंह जी ने, वसंत शिंदे जी ने, राजीव निकम जी ने दिया था। और अगर हम पहले जैसे अशोक जी ने कहा पहले मैं ज़रा जल्दी वो नाम लेके जाता हूँ। पहले दिन में तो हमारे राजीवन जी आए थे, डॉक्टर पीएसएन राव आए थे, डॉक्टर सतीश कुमार, मनोरंजन पारिदा, विशाल गार्ग, दीपेंद्र प्रसाद, डॉक्टर गोपाल कृष्णन तो बहुत सारे सेशंस में हमारे साथ थे। उसी प्रकार जैसे सिलेज के ऊपर अनिल काकोदकर जी ने विषय रखा था, उसी दिन महेश टंडन जी आए थे, पीके दास, अशोक कुमार, मंटो मैनी और डॉक्टर गोपाल कृष्णन जी थे। और गीता बालकृष्णन जी, योगेश गार्ग, एसके नेगी, एसआर करादे, रजनी लक्ष्मी, इन सब लोगों ने विषय रखा था और चर्चा भी की थी। श्री सुरेश जी आए थे, आईजीबीसी के चेयरमैन। ही कैन बी कॉल्ड ए डॉयन ऑफ हैबिटेट इन इंडिया। उन्होंने विषय रखा था। आर्किटेक्ट चित्रा जैन थी, कुलदीप सिंह जी थे, चैतन वैद्या जी, देव सहायम जी, मनमोहन कपसे जी, तन्मय तथागत जी, तुलसी तवारी जी, एसके सिंह जी, अशोक एन पप्पू जी, राणा पीबी सिंह, वसंत शिंदे, राजीव निगम तो मैंने बताया ही। और कल तो डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर राजन रावल जी, डॉक्टर एस के अग्रवाल, अरिजीत घोष, डॉक्टर अल्पा शेठ, श्रीनिवासन दोरईस्वामी, प्रमोद अदलाखा, और उसी प्रकार राजीव वर्मा जी, डॉक्टर एन गोपाल कृष्णन अगेन, प्रभजोत कौर जी, वी रामचंद्र जी, आर्किटेक्ट गौरव शोरे, सीएस गोखले, मीनाक्षी जैन जी, डायरेक्टर एसपीए विजयवाड़ा, आर्किटेक्ट अनुराज वाजपेयी भी आए थे। और आज सुधीर बदुरिया जी भी हमारे इस विषय को रखने के लिए आए हैं। मैं आभारी हूँ कि इतने सारे लोगों ने इस विषय को ले लिया और ये भी कि सीबीआरआई की तकनीकी टीम ने ये बहुत ही अच्छे ढंग से चलाया। इस कारण से आज हम ये भी जान सकते हैं कि जैसे शहरीकरण का पहला इंसेंटिव ये था कि अगर ट्रेड होना है और ऐसे इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी होनी है तो लोगों को एक साथ आना है। इस मुद्दे से लेकर शहरीकरण का एक बहुत बड़ा इंसेंटिव था। और आज जो इस महामारी की परिस्थिति में लोग अपने घर में बैठ के काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत सारा काम कर चला रहे हैं। इससे हमें ये भी मालूम हो रहा है कि एक जैसे सुधीर बदुरिया जी ने अभी कहा कि तकनीकी जगत पर इतना हम आगे बढ़े हैं कि एक रिवर्स माइग्रेशन के लिए भी आज ये संभव भी है और इस प्रकार गाँव में रहकर भी बहुत हद तक हम अपना काम कर सकते हैं, ऐसे गाँव चला सकते हैं। ऐसी आईटी इंडस्ट्री में भी टुवर्ड्स विलेजेस ऐसा बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव्स आ गए हैं और इस प्रकार की एक नया मोमेंटम ऐसी सोच को देने के लिए जैसे सुधीर जी ने कहा, हम आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं इस सोच को कि यूजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी एडवांसमेंट्स टू क्रिएट गिव शेप टू सिलेज कॉन्सेप्ट। मुझे याद है अभी एक प्रश्न था कि किसी उदाहरण है क्या सिलेज का? तो एक उदाहरण दिया गया था इंडोनेशिया के एक गाँव का। हमारे गाँव में भारत में तो 6 लाख गाँव हैं। हम अब आज इस IASF की वेदी पर हम ये भी सोच सकते हैं कि CBRI, विज्ञान भारती, CSIR के बाकी लैब्स को लेकर कम से कम एक प्रांत में एक गांव हम इस प्रकार की ओर जाने का एक संकल्प लेंगे, तो मुझे लगता है ये जो संगोष्ठी का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण एक प्रभाव इससे आ सकता है। विज्ञान भारती भी इस ओर सोच रही है। मेरी विनंती होगी डॉक्टर गोपाल कृष्णन जी से, अशोक कुमार जी से और CBRI के बाकी सभी लोगों से कि हम ये सोच आगे लेंगे और इस पर हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हम सोच सकते हैं। मैं सभी लोगों को आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ इस अवसर पर। सुधीर भदौरिया जी को भी आभार भी व्यक्त करता हूँ। और डॉक्टर N गोपाल कृष्णन जी ने अपने उनका RC मीटिंग्स भी चल रही थी, इसके बीच-बीच में उन्होंने समय निकाल के इतना सारा एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण एक संगोष्ठी का संरचना की। डॉक्टर गोपाल कृष्णन जी को और अशोक कुमार जी का तो कहना ही नहीं, कितने समय से उन्होंने रात दिन एक करके इतना अच्छा पैनल जुटाया है। अशोक कुमार जी को तो इस प्रकार आभार व्यक्त करने से मतलब नहीं है, क्योंकि ये तो दिस इज हिज बेबी एक्चुअली। वी वर ऑल साइड प्लेयर्स। धन्यवाद अशोक कुमार जी। और अमोघ गुप्ता जी ने भी अपने जो संबंध थे, सारे संबंध को उनको ये संदेश पहुंचाया अमोघ जी को और मनोज कुमार जी को। उन्होंने भी इसमें बहुत सारा महत्वपूर्ण एक योगदान किया। और बहुत सारे पैनलिस्ट और एटेंडीज आए थे। वैसे तो थोड़ा इसमें एक छोटा सा ऐसा बात है कि इतनी महत्वपूर्ण संगोष्ठी चल रही थी, इसका लाभ उठाने में थोड़ा ज्यादा लोग आप नहीं पहुंचे। शायद ये कोविड की परिस्थिति भी इसमें एक कारण होगा। मुझे लगता है कि इसका तो पूरा रिकॉर्डिंग हुआ है, इसका संदेश हम लोगों तक पहुंचाएंगे। फिर भी जितने भी लोगों ने अटेंड किया उन सब की का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। और CBRI का पूरा टीम इसमें लगा हुआ था। अशोक कुमार जी ने तो हर बात के लिए कमिटी बनाई थी। इतने लोगों ने पिछले बहुत सप्ताह से इस पर काम किया है। सब लोगों को आभार व्यक्त करते हुए एक महत्वपूर्ण संगोष्ठी का बहुत ही सुंदर तरीके से संपन्न हुआ। इसके लिए मैं बहुत ही संतुष्ट भी हूँ और ऐसा एक मौका मिला इसमें भाग लेने के लिए। इसके लिए भी आभार व्यक्त करते हुए मेरे वाणी को विराम देता हूँ। नमस्कार। सुधीर जी आप म्यूट है।
धन्यवाद विवेकानंद जी। और आपने बहुत अच्छे विचारों से इस कार्यक्रम को अंतिम रूप दिया। और जैसा आपने कहा कि केंद्रीय भवन अनुसंधान संस्थान रुड़की और जो विज्ञान भारती है और जो बाकी संस्थाएं हैं, इसमें हम जरूर मिलकर कार्य करेंगे और ये मेरी आशा है। और हमारे निदेशक महोदय इस पर कभी भी मना नहीं करेंगे, तो मैं निदेशक महोदय से भी कुछ कहें।
गोपाल कृष्णन जी आप म्यूट है।
Am I audible?
You are audible. You are audible.
Okay, thank you. All good things need not end. All good things can pass and begin again. This is all that I will tell. And then I will quote two from our scriptures. One is Yoga Karmasu Kausalam. Then Yoga Chitta Vriddhi Nirodha. Let us take only these two as a kind of philosophical statements from this. To bring perfection. Kausalam is nothing but bringing, it's not just a skill, it is much more than skill. To bring perfection in whatever you do will be the ultimate thing. To bring perfection, small things make perfection, but perfection itself is not a very small thing. It's a very, very big thing. We only tend towards perfection. Mathematically, we tend towards perfection. Aisa hi hai. We'll go that, let us keep the ideal on a very big sublime level, at a height that we are going to reach. We are going to provide to India that this is a kind of futuristic Vishwaguru in knowledge, Vishwaguru in sustainability, Vishwaguru in habitat. So with that, I conclude. Today is a very, very important day. It's the birthday of Jesus Christ also, and I'm extremely thankful to everyone. I wish all the best. Let the coming year be the year of opportunities. We will convert all problems into opportunities. This is how we will take each of the problem may come on our way, but we'll grab them and take them into our opportunities. So this is all that I would like to tell, and I wish all the best and a very happy new year around for you. Thank you.
धन्यवाद सुधीर जी। नमस्कार।
सभी को मेरा नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार नमस्कार।
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Excellent. I can't even express my words. It's an excellent, great teamwork. You are Vivek Agarwal, right?
Yes.
You don't sit in this room, huh? No. Side.
Excuse me, Ashok, Dr. Ashok sir, would you like me to end the session? So you're on mute.
Thank you. Thank you very much, the technical team, virtual team, and on behalf of CBRI, I extend heartiest thanks to each one of you and your team for having organized this session in a very professional manner, and we look forward to have more such occasions where we can invite you people.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It was really nice working with you, sir. Thank you.
Our director is here, so.
Hi. Hi. Hello, sir. Hello. Thank you so much, sir. It was really nice. Ashok sir were really great and cooperative, and we hope to work with you all again. I'm really glad that I had this opportunity to work with all the seniors, and I'm really happy for this opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ashok sir. Thank you so much, Dr. N. Gopal Krishnan sir. Thank you.
Great. All the best. All the best. Excellent.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So should I end the session, sir?
Yes. We are leaving now. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What is that name?
Chetna.
We should tell the name also.
Oh,
you are told.
in the presentation.
You are setting a trend.
Here, Chetna and Sweta, virtual team, tech team.
I'm very, very happy. We should all of you deserve a treat. All of you deserve. Maybe I sponsor it.